What's up, everybody? Matt here with Midwest Brew Review, and we are at Miskatonik. You've seen these tanks before. We've brewed a beer here, and it's been super fun. We love coming back here. I'm meeting Brian and Billy here, and we're gonna check out Kitchen 10, actually. Something a little new. We're doing some food. All these pop-up restaurants, all these food trucks that show up at breweries, we wanna get into it, see what it's all about. And man, these people are passionate, just as passionate as the brewers themselves here making the beer. So it's a perfect combination. Let's go check it out.
Guys, we're here with Chef Susan with Kitchen 10. Susan, how are you?
I am great. We're excited to be at Miskatonik tonight. There's some really great eaters here.
Yeah, you're very hard at work. Can you give us a quick rundown of what Kitchen 10 is all about and what inspired you to do all this?
A friend of mine owned a brewery, said, can you bring in some quality food? And that's what this is, that's what my drive is in this industry. I hear two complaints from all brewery owners. One, well, people don't eat, which is so wrong. And two, nobody ever shows up, or I don't like what they bring. And so we started bringing in gourmet food, if you want to call it that way, or upscale food, not your average. And no offense to tacos, I love tacos. I live in a Hispanic town. I get lots of tacos. But everybody was doing tacos. Everybody was doing real simple fare, things that you could buy at the deli. Well, that's not what your beer drinkers here are used to. This business, like all breweries, was built out of passion. These guys and girls have a passion for flavors and for putting things together and creating these incredible beverages. So why can't we do the same thing with food when we bring it into the... And that's exactly what we built on. Mick can contest to what they do here at... Mick, wake up.
I'm awake. I'm just hearing you talk about food, and I'm just sandwiches.
He's heard the clients at the bar talk about, it's really good food, and we're not bringing ourselves. What we're doing is trying to explain that that's what the breweries should be considering. I can't tell you the number of breweries who said to me, it's not important. Yeah, it is. We have people that follow us and come in. We have a friend of ours who, one of the people encouraged me to do this. You might have heard of Smash Burgers by the Biker Dude. Darren's a dear friend.
I don't know that guy.
The best smash burger in Chicago.
Yeah, right?
And one of the things I noticed is the huge following that Darren has developed. People go from brewery to brewery to brewery and then develop, hey, I like this brewery too, so let's add this to our list. It's all about the working together and developing a much better connection between food and beer in a brewery. Give them something they can't get. Sure. Like tonight, we're doing, in fact, we're doing two brand new things here tonight. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have in pan number one.
Oh, mama.
These are our diamond glazed sandwiches, and these particular sandwiches are our Philly beef. I'm going to try to open this up a little bit, and it's a regular Philly cheese steak. I've been saying cheesecake all week long.
I mean, if you put a cheesecake in there, I'm not going to say no to you. Who am I kidding?
So these are Philly cheese steak, diamond glazed with a garlic butter Parmesan glaze over the top. And then over here in pan number two, behind door number two, this is our bacon chicken ranch melts. 3 kinds of cheeses. Again, I'll see if I can open that one up for you. Come here, darling. It's your debut. See all sorts of goodies all melted in there. Again, layers of flavor, really intricate, passionate food. We put a lot into our food.
It's too bad they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet, because this all smells incredible.
So the first thing I do when I come in is fire up whatever has the garlic in it.
Oh, yeah.
We have developed our own beer cheese recipe, and every single week we get the beer from our brewery that we're visiting. This is Watcher in the Woods, correct?
Correct. Watcher in the Woods.
One of the reasons that I insisted on a darker beer in all places I go is I need that depth of flavor. The hazy IPA, the little light, whatever you call them. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm sorry. I know.
Don't tell anyone.
I know.
Your secret. And
I know.
YouTube's. Nobody's on there anymore. It's a dying medium. We'll be fine.
Well, brewing beer it's a culinary art in itself.
Also a
and I'm
dying
always
medium.
excited to hear how
Bingo.
how you come in and you intersect the two worlds and where the flavors mix in. This is a great example. Like, what else do you think about when you're working with a brewer as far as like either intersecting flavors or pairing, or how do you go about your process?
That is exactly what it is. I usually call ahead and find out what's on the menu. And because I am not a beer aficionado, I need to know where the basis of the beers are coming from. Is this light and citrus? And again, that passion I talked about earlier. This isn't just run-of-the-mill old-style beer. This is flavors and in depth and all sorts of characters.
Right.
And I love listening to the different people that work here and all the places that go, well, it starts out with the such and such and ends up with a little bit of a chocolatey, and I'm like, what? But it's exactly what it is. So it's all these different flavor notes. And so when I know that, I go, For example, Miskatonik called me earlier this week, and they are going to do some sort of a special beer drop coming up, and it's a stout. That's all I know about it. So I looked up stout. I figured out how it's made and how deep of a beer it is, and I was like, pot roast. We're going to do all sorts of things with pot roast. Really deep, a really deep gravy, really deep vegetables, because that complements it, and with that beer, it's going to be perfect.
We spent a lot of time with Mick. What you
They put
are,
up with me
what
for a
you
long
are to
time.
food, and the passion is how Mick talks about beer. It's really funny to hear you and Mick, and you guys are looking at each other.
It's a marriage. It really is.
Kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, I mean, the reason people come here is because they are passionate about beer and the complexity of flavors, which, you know, she's right. Why do people, why do you think that type of clientele would not be interested in higher quality food with lots of complex flavors and things? I think that's a great point. Man, if you look at some of these sandwiches, I mean, look at this freaking melted cheese, garlic butter. That's something that, you know, someone who appreciates this is going to appreciate that just as much.
If you're interested in doing this for breweries, don't do it unless you're committed. I cannot tell you the number of people in the breweries that tell me about they didn't show up. They didn't do what they said they were going to do. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Get passionate about it, and because there's a calling. People, they're dying for it, right, Mick? I mean, you guys love it when we come in.
Well, you know, it's a collaborative effort. You might as well be a traveling musician at this point, because you're bringing an experience. And yummy diamond.
Oh my goodness.
Chicken yummy.
These are someone else's. Quit drooling on them.
And it's always different. That's what I love.
Yeah.
It's never the same. You're always getting something new, something associated with the brew. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, always happy when she shows up.
Well, it's just like the breweries, you know, they keep rotating. Why not the food, right?
Exactly. And now we've had diamond glazed here before, but this is a whole new take on diamond glazed. So I try to keep it fresh. I have about 14 menus I can work off of. I think it's good, but in my opinion, it doesn't matter. But when their clients are happy and they're happy, again, there's that passion, and it works together for a great business model. So if you're in the brewing industry and you're thinking about food, look around, start advertising or inquiring on your next door neighbor or whatever those social sites are, even Facebook for your neighborhood.
Where can people find you, and where can they find out where you're going to be at next?
We're on Facebook only.
Okay.
I'm too old to do all the rest of that. So, and we only do a handful of breweries. I have 12 breweries that I do, and that's all. At my age, I can't do anymore. Sorry. I will post it on our Facebook page, Kitchen 10 Aurora.
Well, thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you very, very much for inviting us out and, you know, speaking about your passion about food. And Mick, you're passionate about beer.
Hey,
It's time.
happy Friday.
Great
Happy
pairing.
Friday, gents.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
That toast, that's
Yes.
love you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
cheers.
Oh, you giving us this? Is that my sandwich?
But one other thing, thank you for taking the time to hear this, because I think it's really important for the brewing industry to hear this.
Absolutely.
Because I'm all for building better business, and if we can all do it together, so be it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Let's have a few brews and maybe a couple sandwiches at some point. Yeah.
And then some.
that? That was pretty cool.
It was really cool. On cue lighting. I love
What was
that.
awesome to me was just Susan was like, you know, it's not just beer. It's not just beer at breweries.
Right,
You know?
right.
And, you know, to me, the only thing I can say is, hey guys, it's not just beer.
But it's pretty damn good.